What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hard Carry, where we're carrying CDL matches straight to you. We're here today with my co-host Catalyst. What's up, Cat?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, guys? Today we got Minnesota Rokkr versus Atlanta Faze. If you look at those records, Atlanta Faze on Hydra 1-3, but the ratio on the other side for Minnesota Rokkr isn't looking too pretty itself either. So this is going to be an interesting match, but I think it's going to boil down to water routes as usual.
Yep. Hold on, I'll be right back.
So we got a BZ already jumping into the water.
Going for the water route,
It's going to
something
be
that
playing
will be
through
so
Afro, taking the same exact route. Oh no!
And that's why you carry a
Afro
pistol.
gets taken down.
You get
Simp
it
is
because you
able to
can
take down
fight in
Cammy
the
for
water
2
as
down.
well. But BZ
We
doing
got a
a
third on the
thing,
hill.
looks for his second kill on the map. Finds it,
Ant
looks for
taken
the
down pretty
already.
swiftly,
he's
and
got
all
it.
4 down
BZ's
with
hot,
Kane.
and it's only just started. Yeah, that's not a good look if you're Minnesota
That was
Rokkr,
almost
is
a
it, when you
full
see a BZ
reset
come
for
flying
Atlanta
up
Faze
against
already.
like that. You need players like Afro and Bance to try and match it. Can we find a couple of his own now as Sim's trying to lock something in? If he
Alright.
can do it. It's a nice wipe
Minnesota coming back with an answer. Let's see if they can. Ooh, a BZ. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to keep it alive. But BZ with a big triple.
That's back-to-back 3 kill
Cammy
streaks
is
there
not
for a
happy
BZ.
about that. Dance down. That's
And he
almost
is
all
just
4
finding
dead
all of
already.
these kills. They are preventing
Faze
Minnesota
is taken down
Rokkr
by
from not
Celium.
only getting
Celium
the
traded
spawn,
by
but from
Afro.
even getting that many points
And
on
wanting to
P1.
push the hill, but he's going to try and hold them
Perfect
off
rotation
so
gonna
the
come
other
in now
team
for
can
Atlanta
get through.
Faze.
They
It's
do
those
want to
kind of
keep this
moments as
on
well.
those
Like,
P2
it's just,
rotations.
it's a right gut punch,
With
isn't it? You
50
Minnesota
seconds
Rokkr,
on,
you clear
P2 is
4.
live.
Let's push on. Let's try and get some
I had to
control
flip my
of
chicken
P2.
tenders.
A BZ 3-piece. A BZ
Tenders?
3-piece to kick things
Oh,
off as
chicken
well.
fries.
Good
Chicken
spot for Atlanta
fries.
to be in.
Basically,
So
yes.
Minnesota Rokkr forcing down the ruined side of the map to try and find a break. But Cammy really are the only member here of Rokkr finding anything consistently in that kill feed. As they look for it eventually, it is going to be break from Minnesota Rokkr. They've done it. BZ's going to move forward now. 7-2, looking to get into this hill ton. And he is missing, but Slasher takes him
Slasher
down.
just killed a BZ just like you did all night last night.
By forcing down that ruined side, will find the route through.
Just a random nade at the hill as I'm trying to break it right in front.
The point Celium is there to find 2.
Yeah, I think it
So
happened
Rokkr
twice.
not getting any time for all that. They were able to find that
And then I shot
response
you
towards
once,
the back.
too.
So Faze's P3 is coming on up.
Not in the same
6
matches,
seconds
of
or
course.
so for Minnesota Rokkr to get a hold
Faze
of.
has a good hold on
Scrum
this
time will be
P3
needed.
though.
Faze will have a good amount of time to dig the trenches here as Rokkr make their way through the mid-map. And now, can they get any sort of big break going forward? Afro finding the first of BZ. Going to be swimming pretty. I think Afro might know he's there as well, but a BZ on the flag, a potential 3 hit.
Oh.
Bant is going to figure it
This
out.
just in from
before he can
Fierce
do
Eva.
anything.
He says, and I quote,
Huge
I am
raid
a
coming in
simp
from
for
Bant.
Shotzi.
That'll hopefully help the team now try
yep,
and find a break from
same.
the front. Fame will find 2 down low as well. So if you're Minnesota Rokkr, you've got to float. Of course, Atlanta Faze is still going to spawn towards the back. They'll have that information in their minds, but can they do anything about it? Sometimes you can't when Faze are involved. Cammy can find very, very little. It's a clean break.
I
back
got a
for
chubby
Atlanta
for
Faze.
Dashy.
But for Rokkr, you've kept them off the majority of that time. 20 seconds to play with. Faze will take it.
Dash.
It could have been a lot worse
Shotzi
than
gets splashy
that.
for
Now it's
Dashy.
just got to be for Rokkr a little bit of a regain and a reset. They've got one
How about,
already
okay,
out
here's the
towards
duo
next. They're
name.
going to go across
Kyler
and will be
Phelps.
parallel spawns.
Kyler
with teams.
Phelps.
This could be a huge fight. Afro versus a BZ. A BZ knows somebody from Rokkr has to be here. Can they dig him out? Can they smoke him out? He's waiting for the rest of the team to get into a good position so he can do something. But if you're Afro in that position, you need the rest of the team
See
to be
homie
able to
just
do
jump right in the
something.
water.
And look where Faze
Uh-huh.
are now spawning
Have you
Rokkr.
seen
They're not going to have a good
Shotzi dive
indication.
out
They
of the
find him
water?
in the end.
Yeah,
anyway.
he's
It's
a
a
god.
wonderful
Flying
rotation
out
from
of it.
Faze. And they're just
How's
putting
that
the head
even
on now.
possible?
This
Nobody
could be
knows.
about an 80
He made a video on it.
towards the next hill because the setup from Faze
There's a
is
way
so,
you
so
can
good.
jump out of the
And
water
everybody
and-
from Rokkr currently right now, it's hard to find a
Oh,
break when
BZ's
you're
got
running
3.
into a BZ. It's 3-piece
And he's got a cruise.
6 spree for a BZ, 16-5 and counting. And I don't know if Rokkr just aren't having a great game or whether a BZ has just come to play. Slasher on the 6 streak himself.
So
Simply.
Tio's an
Gone
optic
from
fan,
bad
apparently.
to worse for
Fucking
Rokkr.
hell.
They'll get his final spawn.
Who would have guessed?
Burned by Celium. They are not even finding scrap time away from Faze. And now they have to go all
would've
the
gave him
way
Faze.
across the map again. Atlanta Faze firmly in the
I see him
driving
as a
seat.
Faze fan.
Yeah, just in the most perfect.
You look like a Faze fan.
The only player who could potentially do something about this next
He's
rotation is
literally
Afro, who's
only
going
going
to get a
for
hold of
optic
spawns, but
because how
again,
well
a
they're doing
BZ
this
every
maybe.
time we switch to the POV, 3 members of
He knows
Rokkr dying in
nothing
front of
of
our eyes.
optic.
Now going to get
John
the spawns to the
Snow.
back thanks to Afro.
John
He's
Snow.
gonna be able to lock
Nothing
that down,
John
but is it
Snow.
even going to matter? A BZ for 4 in a row here and just searching, hunting for more.
I've been
Faze
following
looking to
Optics
go round
and
and
Black
round with
Ops
these
2.
streaks again. Has a potential for an next one. Tries to pick up the
Yeah,
tag.
dude.
Will find it. Throws
I've
more shots
missed
down. A 5
a
streak
good
again.
amount of years as
21
well,
and
but
6. Nothing
always
but
been
pain for
Optic
Rokkr.
since
Nothing
before the
but fun for a
Dynasty.
BZ. That's his second crew.
I've
Didn't
been
even get
watching
used the
since
first one.
2019.
And Will again.
Yeah,
killed by
2019 was a
Slasher.
decent year
They've
too.
killed him almost as much
We got to see shots
as
his
Rokkr
first
has
year
this
in,
game.
which was pretty
Yeah,
huge.
no, if Rokkr
I
can't
remember
get
when they were
They need Atlanta Faze to help
everybody
them out.
doubting shots. They
Slasher
said that
with the 2 kills
there
in a
was
row,
no
but
shot
that is just
after they saw him play, and he
Gargantuan
I don't remember
performance
exactly
from
what
such a
happened,
small
but he
little
like
man,
ripped
Abizi.
hard. And they were like, no, he's
so far
garbage.
Yeah,
against
like it was like
Minnesota
2
Rokkr.
matches
There's a
in,
lot
and
of
they
time
said he
left to
was.
go, but
Yeah.
that time may
Even
be
Nameless
short
made a
for
video
Minnesota
about it.
at this stage. Atlanta
Yeah, they
Faze
thought
running
Clint
away
6
with
was
this one. The only thing
crap.
is for Rokkr, they momentarily do have P2 spawns, but on the hunt for them is selling for the side of Faze.
I
Big
miss
kill over
Nameless's
towards the dump
podcast.
site. So now the rest of Atlanta
That was
Faze, where
awesome.
you're going to spawn up, you've got P2. Job done if you're selling.
I don't know if he still does it.
Here's another one. This isn't fair, and it's certainly not fun for Rokkr. 5 more in the kill feed as a BZ goes to work every time we see him. He's
Man, this is
montaging
a
across the map,
molly-whopping.
and the reason is 177 of 52 Faze are putting Rokkr in the dirt. I mean, this is just an absolute bodying at this stage. Sasha's 9 and 6, by the way. My guy is.
Abizi's 29 and 7.
Has a BZ. There's another 3 in a row. He's 30 and
That
7.
is ridiculous.
Honestly, observers, just stay on a BZ at this stage because he is doing it all for Atlanta Faze. Make it
Whoa.
bro.
Oh.
I might start calling kills before I even see them.
I'd be raging if I was a BZ right now.
Really don't have anything here. It is just all simple for them. They're trying to get back into this break, and we're going to see if they can do anything. As one more time, Faze will have this rotation.
Oh
So
my
let's find
goodness.
out how they are feeling in the comms with Atlanta Faze. Listen in.
What's mid alley? Back door, dead. Back door. Look your back, bro. One P5. One shot close P5. I spawn out. Only one there. One's gonna be broken. I'm done. I should
Nice,
have.
one's
Go.
gonna be broken.
Go.
Yeah, let's go. Might hit this.
Top box, I think. P1 absolute bad.
I get time.
It's top box. Top box.
Okay,
No, one's P1. Mid alley.
All the in the back too.
Spawn me.
Alright,
Well,
let's
you
spawn
spawn me in the back.
Yeah, let me spawn in, you know.
I saw him in the hold.
No.
On hold in the corner, dead. Hard check that.
Nice.
Last two,
I'm gonna try to ground left here.
There's two
Time. Good. I'm near hill.
I don't see him river.
Right on deep left.
He
here.
was bridge head, yeah.
Yeah, that. I'm trying to help you, I'm right? going to the river. In the river.
No shot.
Nice, I need to pump.
Well, the comms are fast, but they don't seem anything but kind of relaxed. As Atlanta Faze
I
continue
mean,
to
the
go to
only
work,
thing
it
I have
will
to
be
say is
rotation for
Pumpkin
Rokkr,
Voice is
but
all
they're
around.
hold it off here. Afro versus 2, but a BZ. Of course, there's another streak. Non-stop streaking in this game. Tries to gun. Bance won't be able to. But Atlanta Faze can end it here, Ton. I mean, I was trying to do the maths during that little listening.
I was afraid it was gonna
To
be
work
over
out that
before I got
BZ
back.
actually has 3 or 4 kills less than the rest
Yeah,
of his
just
team. Although
Pumpkin
Simba's just trying
Voices.
to even those odds a little bit. 2 in the middle of the map, forcing the pressure
Doing
away.
that, listening.
Atlanta Faze
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
much have been sitting pretty since the word go in this map. I don't think at any stage they've been behind, and it's mostly been due to the fact that the BZ might just be about to drop 40 on Rokkr's head. If he had more time, I believe it will be happening. It may well take.
Hey
another
guys,
rotation of
can you
those,
get
but
off
we
the
may
point
be
for a
heading
second
over
so I could
towards
drop 40?
P4
If I
again.
could drop 50 on
Last
these
time
guys?
around, Afro was here to try and help the rest of the Rokkr team get themselves over, but they all continuously got gunned. Faze are looking to put this one to bed. And this game is all but over, and Abizi will not get the kill record because the game is done too fast. It's 250
Oh my
to
God.
74. Rokkr.
Brother.
On a point club.
Is a bodying from Abizi.
That was just masterclass from Abizi, bro.
This might be a 3-0.
Yeah, look at
I
their
mean,
faces.
Expo still. Yeah, you could tell they're chalked.
Yeah,
That's literally why I
they're
said that.
super chalked. I want to see that stat line.
Oh,
Five,
it's 420.
4K damage, at least. Watch.
4K damage for the entire team. Copy
No,
that.
for a BZ. No, for a BZ. Look,
Oh.
look,
I thought you meant for
3,900.
Minnesota.
38 and 12,
I thought you meant for
32.
the entire team of Minnesota.
Look,
bro.
I was only
like, yeah, I
I
could see that.
was only 100 off. Yeah.
Sure, with only 1K. That's all right though.
11 and 12
He's
for
doing his
Slasher.
thing.
Just
Didn't have the
chilling.
lowest damage.
15 seconds. A Abizi started hot, never slowed down, streak after streak.
Imagine being the main AR for these two
Not even really able to
crackheads.
break down.
Yeah.
Rokkr were playing
It's like
bad,
playing with
Abizi was
Kira.
just breaking
Shout out
them
to Kira.
over and over again.
You play with Kira, you
Honestly,
just
the
don't
only
get
time
any
I see
kills. You
Rokkr is
don't
in the
even know
kill
where they're
feed
at
on the
because they're all
right-hand side
dead.
of Abizi.
It's like, oh, there's one dead. Oh, there's one dead. Oh, there's one dead. Oh, there's one dead.
Yeah.
There's one dead.
Yeah.
1, 2,
It's
3.
like Kira
Every
literally doesn't
single
talk.
time, it literally looked like this
He
man
doesn't say a single word
was
during the
playing
match.
a different game. Some of the moments in this game, I mean, look, it's wild.
He
with breaks that he's
literally
running
can't
and
talk
pushes
and
that
play
are
at the
coming
same
through.
time,
He's
though.
just holding up
That's
these
how he
over.
concentrates.
Because why wouldn't he? It's every
It's almost
single
annoying.
stage. I called that.
He's
and he
just
couldn't
a
have won
walking
the third kill if he
three-piece
didn't,
machine
popped
right
on the
here.
kill feed because it just felt like it was inevitable. It's one of those games you come in, it's just like he's delusional confident. Absolutely delusional. We're watching the highlights. I don't think we've seen a gunfight from anyone but Abizi, which is the right way to go for the replay, guys. Thank you for that one because it was literally a clinic from Abizi there.
Be right back. My food's like literally almost done.
Pop off for the
Yeah,
upkick
you
side.
did.
I'd love to see we've seen Simp a little bit in that game, but we didn't. It was all Abizi. Hydra belongs to him.
I don't even know what to tell you. I really don't know what to
but
tell
there's
you.
not much to
It's a
say.
3.17 from Abizi. 38 kills, 12 deaths, 4 assists, and destruction on an unprecedented scale. It is unusual to see a game like that at this level. Even it, like, this is the thing people talk about. Abizi was only a few kills off the record, and that game ended so fast. One more hill, maybe if Rokkr got in and got a 60 somewhere, we would have been setting something ridiculous. But I don't even know really what to say to you. I'm sorry that it's gone so fast. You might have missed it.
Honestly, I just wanted to interject with a stat that Tim has just given me. So the highest kills per minute in a game at one stage this season was Pred, sitting in about 4.2 kills per minute. Abizi just dropped 4.6 kills per minute in that game. The highest this season in a single map by some distance. You think that's an 8-minute game? He's just like every single one of those minutes dropping like 4.6 kills on average. That's crazy to me. Insane. If the game had went on 2 more minutes, we might have seen a 50 bomb. Put it that way. Insane levels of performance from Abizi. That is ludicrous. I mean, I'm running out of words at this stage. I think Slasher had about 12 engagements during that game. He didn't need to do anything. And that's no disrespect on Slasher whatsoever. But Abizi is running forward and killing everything he sees. And that's as far as my statistical analysis of that game will go.
Yeah, that's just probably just wondering where the rest of the Rokkr players actually were. There's not an awful lot of breakdown about that game. I hate to say this to you, everybody watching. Normally we could talk about rotations or anything else, but realistically, that was not close. That was not fair, and it certainly wasn't fun for Rokkr. On to the S&D.
I mean, that is literally the epitome of too easy for Abizi. But we have a map number 2 coming up. And maybe Rokkr can lock in for this one, but it's Search and Destroy. You're playing Atlanta Faze. Looking over towards Mercado Las Almas. And well, if I lock in, maybe not. 4-0 record for Atlanta Faze. First blood percentage is there. Round win percentage is there. The stats do not lean
My
kindly.
stats, it's sure not
towards
looking
the
pretty.
Minnesota side. It may well have had the best start to which they've had in quite some time, of course, with the little home series they had on with the new.
But as we know,
Roster coming
stats
in
are
with
not
fame,
everything.
I think this one may well bring them back down to earth. There's a lot of Call of
They
Duty
only
to be
preach
played
it
yet, and
literally
they
all
may
the
well
time.
shock us. Vegas Legion have already done that today, but Atlanta Faze at this moment in time just seem to be seamless.
And here we go. You can see there's a snipe going over the top, and Cammy gets a hit marker. Not what they wanted. Goes down to a 3 versus 3. But because Rokkr are on this defensive side first, they have not got really any presence towards A.
Obviously couldn't make that push over towards it. Far too easy for those grenade over towards those hedges sides. And it's a difficult push at the best of times. So they give up the side, go for the retake. Cammy not in too bad of a position here though, Brycey. Kick out by Semp.
Looking for it. Cammy just round the corner, finds the first one, trying to get out of it, and he has done it. Advantage now to Minnesota Rokkr. Sniper has come to play, and it has opened the opportunity here for Rokkr to take this round.
Bomb's starting to go down. It's the only player Faze have really got to make because they can't challenge Cammy from this angle. They know that this one is just strictly off limits. Salim will have a look anyway. Cammy will then start to get pushed and finds the second. Well, if you can't stop Abizi with an AR or an SMG, might as well get the big stick out. He falls 1v3 for Sal.
Salim going to find Cammy. That's the first one down in a 1 versus 3. 2 more and bomb to play with. It's not defusing yet. They've seen him as well. Selim's going to be weak and will fall to Bance. Rokkr finally get S&D round on the board. And off that hard point, they needed a win.
Yeah, just anything on the board at this stage would be great for Rokkr, but that's actually a really nice win to have. Round 1, defense can't really push over towards that A side too quickly at all. So the fact that they can find these retakes basically based off Cammy finding these picks, it's good utilization of the sniper, especially in round 1 defense when you can't make that push over towards A. You have to give it up, have to go for a retake, and Cammy does a stellar job at doing that. Faze do bleed. Round number 1 goes towards Rokkr.
What I miss?
Well, let's see how this continues.
This
This time Rokkr are putting up a fight in the S&D. Here comes
It's
the
1-0,
hit.
that's all.
Both teams into A already. Afro going for it at the same time, but he has been heavily damaged. Slasher will take
Slasher
out
kills
Abeezy
Abeezy.
again. More nades on Abeezy than anybody else.
Honestly, I think the majority of Slasher's interactions over these last 2 maps have really been just finding the grenades onto Abeezy. Simp is waiting in the canteen. He knows they're tagged up because the shots came in. It's easy cleanups for Simp. Fame will be able to answer back. I was about to say 2 versus 2, but Simp gets dealt with as well. Slasher in a 1 versus 2.
And now the problem for Slasher is that Rokkr have changed the battlefield. They will not fight at A. They will not wait to run into his gunfight. And he's going to be worried. He's got to get over towards B, but worry about Fame behind him.
Fame just playing the time. Slasher trying to catch him on the cross. Does catch him on the cross. That's now going to give time for Bance to put himself in a position. He's just going to play the time as Fame finds
Look at
his
this
way
snake
over.
fest.
He's a slippery
Snake
little snake
monster.
inside of Tim.
You gotta go up there and get him, bro. He's not gonna give you a full on.
He's
there's
just
no
being
chance.
so annoying. Bance not letting Slasher get anything going, and they are hiding from him as well. Bance eventually gets it, and that's 2 to the good for Rokkr. And that is going to be one of the most frustrating things you'll ever see as a player. Refusing to engage.
Not even a smile from Ben in that one. All
The hard
business.
point happens, though.
Yeah, well, true. Especially due to Slasher as well. Upset he'll be.
Wow. Rokkr have started off well on this hard point, this S&D ton. Can they continue it? Especially considering, realistically, Atlanta Faze, one of the best S&D teams in the CDL.
It definitely has faltered as of recent, though. I mean, let's face it, they couldn't have kept it up, really, could they? What was it, 13 in a row or something before they get stopped? It would have taken something to continue that form. This time around, Rokkr can challenge over towards the side, but Abeezy has been unleashed towards the hedges. Run for your lives, my goodness me, everybody
Oh my
falls.
God.
Abeezy actually not the one that finds the bullets in the end, but Bance. Player playing over towards B on an island on his own has got a hell of a job to do to keep Rokkr flawless in the search.
Well, that's going to be a nightmare. Already gun Simpler will instantly fall. The flank doesn't work out. There's a haul of Minnesota Rokkr just get rushed down. Faze though getting one back on the board, showing them not to chow anybody at this moment.
It's brilliant again. This time around, they get their just desserts, really, for a good push over towards the A
So
side.
Fury
It's
had
crucial
his
that
own
Abeezy finds that
5-minute
first kill, just
segment on the
opens
show
things. That
today.
means those players over towards the
The
edges
snap
side
one of
got to
this
start checking different
series.
angles. You've got players in Cantina if you're attacking side. If you're
I'm gonna get
Faze,
him to go watch it now.
those
Watch, that's
angles
a
start to
preview
play
right there.
in your favor. Find the kills, push forward, kill the round. Crucial they got that 1-3-0. Things get a little bit scary. 2-1 though. Keep yourself within touching distance. Sim's gonna have a job to do here as Minnesota Rokkr are sending a lot of bodies over towards B.
Sim's here first though, finds the first and gets away with it as well. Looking for the second, he's weak. And Sim has just shut down Rocker's complete push by himself. Bance and Cammy, the last 2 alive, but they are outnumbered. Sim's also called out that somebody is alive in 10.
Cammy just watching the cross, trying to help his
And they were
teammates
spread out
Where it be,
from each other.
now very much dead. Cammy, what can you find here? I'm going to say very, very little. Simp will fall. It will not matter. Atlanta Faze in the blink of an eye tie things up. 2-0 to Rokkr not that long ago. And just great play from Simp. Usually in that situation, I think, you know, if you're Rokkr, okay, you lose the first kill. That's not such a big deal. There is always probably going to be somebody over here. Lose the first kill, but you got to trade it. The fact that he is able to get out and then slip back for the kill is probably unexpected from the Rokkr boys. They're probably expecting him to back down, wait for the rest of the team, but he chows the second one as well and pretty much puts that push to bed. As mentioned, that's 2 rounds pretty much immediately for Faze to tie things up. 2-2 now.
Now they go into it once again here. Big hit for Atlanta Faze. Straight into the side as well. BZ somehow dodging around all the bullets. Will eventually be taken. Dives out for this again. He is confident. He is gunning, but eventually Afro will take him down. They needed him near Cantina, and he hasn't been the force they wanted so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem for Minnesota Rokkr, right? If a BZ doesn't hit his shots, Simp is usually there to do so. Flash is going to go back down. Is going to get caught, though. That was him on the
Face
force
off,
spree.
Minnesota win this round.
Does fall. Now we're 2 versus 2.
If Atlanta Faze can get this bomb down, Ton, they will be in a fantastic position. Afro and Cammy playing super calm. Cammy hasn't seen them cross either.
No information for either team. Selium having to back up, watch the flank. Simp is the one that will probably find this information first, but Selium will be looking for these long-range fights. Push towards the back, but there's info for you. Afro is stomping around.
Afro going to try and make the jump. I think he is. Simp is waiting for him, though, and Afro has to back off. Time is ticking down. 23 seconds left to
That
go.
was the first
Selium
jump
finds the
second
first.
round.
There will be a chow flying through the doorway, but surely he can't shoot 2 directions at once.
Oh,
Simp
no
flies
baseball.
out, guns him down anyway. Atlanta Faze, they convert that round as they
Put
should
the
have done.
Put the puck
And just
there.
like that, it's 3-2. Good play from Faze. I like the initials that came through. A BZ doing the same old
Every
same
round that
old,
Minnesota
straight out
wins,
Cantina.
got baseball.
Just trying out, buddy, which is not something that's been too difficult for him so far this series. And
is
Simp was
good
there to
because I
clean
need
it
a
up. Slasher was
tolerance
unfortunate not to get out with his life because I love the mid-round adjustments. Decide nothing to be worked on over towards the A
Get it,
side.
get
Let's
it
wrap
good,
round over
get it
towards B.
good.
The number advantage with the yeah, it may well be a 2 versus 2, but in that spot, Selium and Simp played to perfection once again. Now for Rokkr, what's the play? Being beaten to a pulp the last 3 rounds. Well, the first blow into a BT is always going to help.
Yeah, this time Atlanta Faze may not have had a trophy up in the position they wanted it to, and the timing there for Selium, he doesn't manage to get that kill back. Slasher does manage to, though. This bomb will go down, but it will be a huge push coming in from them as well. Simp, first round the corner, takes down Afro, already flying through. Selium looking for Cammy, finds it now, bats it
Selium
1
with the
versus
signal
3, but he's
50.
outnumbered, outgunned.
Wait.
And Atlanta Faze take
Wait
that
a 50
round with an
second
easy
here.
retake.
Selium's using a
Well,
signal
Minnesota Rokkr
50.
may well have started this one hot, but Faze
A signal 50?
Just
The
really-
sniper?
Yeah,
downloaded the
yeah.
information, if you like, seeing what
The
Rokkr are doing, and they are
semi-auto.
just answering
Damn.
it to a T every single time. They choose to back up from the site. The
That thing's
sniper
got
from
so
Selium
much,
is
so much,
crucial.
so much
Honestly,
longer
that
fucking
Faye probably
reload
got caught
time than the
napping a little bit by
SBX
Slasher,
80.
which opens things
Yeah,
up
but
initially.
you get like 10
And after
rounds,
that,
and it's a
the stun check comes
semi-automatic.
in.
You literally have a
Perfect
marksman
baiting
rifle
from
in your
Atlanta
hand
Faze.
that
A
can
Simp
shoot
flies
all the way
around the
across the
corner,
map through like 6 walls
deals with it,
and an RV.
and then it's pretty wrote from there. Atlanta Faze. After
Did
a
you hear
shaky
their
start to the
voice
search
cut
and
out?
destroy are showing that they are the 4-0 team here.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, they
I
were.
mean, when it comes down to it,
It
you
was
look at the
pretty bad,
statistics for this
last week,
team
too.
on this map specifically. BZ's got a 2.
Fat kids lag.
Selium's got a 2. Simp with a 1.65. I mean, these boys put up the kills all the time on this map. BZ's actually having a pretty
Ooh.
slow game as it goes for him. 2 and 4. Most of those kills have been grenades, and a couple of them have been by his own teammates. But look at this stack from Rokkr over to Wale.
Taking full control of Cantina, and I think Atlanta Faze know they don't have control of this. Sim with the bomb is backing out slowly. Eventually we'll get out of there. And now the big rotation
I like how
comes in.
Beezy's just in the bottom camera, just chilling.
For them, Selium was watching the cross. He's not now, as they had to have somebody go over to back him up.
Leaving Slasher on his own. You see what you can find on the exits. Players will be making their way over, but they've got to deal with Cammy first. He's popped dead silence, but he's off in a good position here.
Oh.
What he will get gunned. Now this is when Rokkr will start moving. Are you ready for Slasher to be in this position? No.
Slasher still playing
Hunting
so
for him.
patient.
They know he's there. They know he's there.
Oh, they found him.
And they've taken him down. This gives them a
Snuffed
slight
him out.
advantage this time.
Info must have been that. They must have heard him. Now 3 versus 2 retake, but you got to get through Selium.
Stays alive, gets out, plays his life.
Is he defusing?
Goes back up top.
He's defusing.
Life going again, full snaking going on. And
He's defusing. He defused it.
on the feud as well, the ninja
Wow.
in the face.
That's a baseball.
That's a baseball.
Great call there from Minnesota Rokkr. They knew it was going to be difficult breaking into 10, so they played the odds.
Throws down Fake.
What? Fane, that was outrageous.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous gunfight to win. Very well played. Has to win it as well. think he would have just had about enough time to check that corner and get on over to the bomb and stop the defuse coming through. So Fame finding the important kill there for Rokkr, but nice play call coming through. You're technically then in a 1 versus 2 for Fame to watch a couple of different angles. You got to trust that he's going to find them. Rokkr do stop the bleeding. Still on a 5 spree still, though. He gets to continue it. If he can find another cruise missile, wouldn't be bad. But look at this from a BZ again. How was he up? He sprinted through. Cantina control, absolute from Atlanta Faze. And what is already the one easy to do with it. That's finding that kill over towards B, though, is going to open up. Somebody's going to have to answer this.
Bance has given them an opportunity with that kill. Celium versus Bance. If Bance chows this, you'd favour Celium. Does he see it there as well? Same goes. Why Chow will get it.
Wow.
A 2 versus 3 now. They need to get this bomb down very, very quickly. Celium also has the cruise missile. Tammy finds the first. He knows surely they're coming down the back there. He's going to see Slasher. Celium's getting close. He needs his teammate to back him up here as well. Cammy somehow gets out of the window. A 1 versus 2 for Cammy. Finds the second. Looking for the third.
Oh.
Not going to be enough. Celium wins it. It's 5 now to Faze.
Wonderful again. We'll find the retake. Cammy just, and you know what, he does a good job to get as far as he does. Celium coming on through, finishing up the round. Just feels like it's inevitable, doesn't it? Whenever you watch Atlanta Faze in the search and destroy, there is always a way. Good play from Celium, of course. Now, getting a hold of that cruise missile as well. Atlanta Faze in prime position to go 2-0 up here.
Well, let's see. Is there any rumblings of a revival for Rokkr? Because they need it. It was always going to be an uphill battle. It was always going to be difficult against Atlanta Faze. Enough for the hard point.
The 7 spree in effect here. Here comes the cruise missile.
The missile coming in.
Now, what's the play? Can you find anything off this? I mean,
That's
helping
on fire.
the fact that you're going to take down Simp.
What's on fire?
Sound finds nothing with it as well. Maybe a little bit of information, but Bance reads it. Big round from Rokkr here. It's a 4v2 in their favor. Cruise missile burned.
And I'm trying not to
Good
turn my
spot to be in
fan
if you're a
on.
Rokkr fan.
So there's like
All
smoke
they've got to
flooding
do
the
is
face.
sit and wait. Bance has the inside, Cammy the out. Celium versus Cammy, but Celium will win the gunfight. Bance goes for the chow. Fortunately, gets it done. I was worried then for a second. But Slash on a 1 versus 3. It should be Rokkr back on the board.
Any moment when you're challenged
And the sneezing has
doesn't
commenced.
feel like a 50-50 gunfight. Slash it out. Rokkr in a hard place. Rokkr don't really need to do anything here. That's just going to hold steady. I honestly don't even believe that Slasher will challenge anything here. I think he probably just try and cut a couple of the Rokkr players down. Or is he going to go for it? We'll find one, can't find the second. Rokkr close out another round. Very close search and destroy. Both teams seemingly being streaky with these rounds. Faze the one still in the prime position, but Rokkr keep it close.
Bance 10 and 6 so far in this S&D. He's having a good run, but they need him to do everything and more. They are still behind. It is still Atlanta Faze on map point. I wonder what
Had to make
adjustments
a
they are
short
going to
enough
make
standy
here.
shooting,
Atlanta Faze
shooting bodies.
will be on defense this time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
And take another baseball because Rokkr won round.
Ended. The nade bounces off, and that's actually going to give a lot of Atlanta Faze members time to get into Cantina again.
Oh, never mind. They ain't winning no more.
Of Mikado, and that is absurd from a BZ, and that should be game.
Oh, the most dangerous player to a BZ in this game has been Slasher, because a BZ just kills 3 members of Rokkr every time we see him. Cammy will go down as well. That's the S&D buried, written into the history books. And Rokkr are now 2-0 down. Atlanta Faze looking pretty good.
Rokkr showed signs of life there, though. A couple of occasions, there was moments where they could have walked away with something.
This one's going to be over just as quick as the optic one, I believe, as Faze take map number 2 to go up 2-0. Good map, good map. Out of the Atlanta Faze, as a BZ was only 7 and 6. Celium was 10 and 4 though.
I was like half-ass paying attention to it, just because I already know what's happening. You know what I mean? Faze just smoking.
No, they're not going to be feeling too good about this. But Expo, we haven't seen it from either one of these two teams, so a lot to think about when we head there. But we got a quick break to go too fast.
We certainly do, but before we go to our break, we have
here we go.
spotlights for everybody watching at home.
Are we gonna get it?
Have a guess at who this pro is. Of course, spotlights presented by Citadel.
Two champs, grand finals appearances.
We've had 2 champs, grand finals appearances. It's a little bit blurred. The top 3 placement in all 4 years of CDL. That does narrow it down considerably. And was a member of both European rosters to win majors in the US. It's an interesting one for that one, but we'll see you after the break to get your guesses in.
Champs, grand finals appearances. Member of both European rosters. I think that's Splice. I think it was Splice and then Toronto. It's got to be Bance. I think. Does he have 2 champs grand finals appearances? That's the only one I don't... It's either Cammy or Bance. Might be Cammy.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to figure out the they did the spotlights thing.
Guess this Pokemon?
Yeah. Guess the Pokemon.
What were the...
All right. He has 2 champs grand finals appearances.
God damn it. I
And
don't know.
he's a member of both European rosters to win majors.
So Toronto and London.
Has London ever won a major? I think the only other EU roster to ever win a major was that old Splice team.
Oh, that don't count because wasn't CDL. They only do CDL, Cold War and after. They literally,
I don't know, because they did
Yeah,
Embos, and
before-
Embos wasn't part of the CDL.
Oh, you're right. That's weird. Because they literally don't count anything before CDL, ever. They act like it never existed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it ain't CDL.
And Embos was already fucking... Maybe Embos did 2019, maybe? I don't... If he did, I don't remember it. And there was another one, but I can't remember what it was now. It's like we playing with a sweaty random. A scrandom.
Scrandos.
Shoot the
Okay, E
bodies,
teams.
please.
United.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. This is Spotlights presented by Citadel.
Top 3 placement in all 4 years of CDL. That's the one I missed.
Top 3 placement in all 4 years of the CDL. And
Rana.
was a member of both European rosters to win majors in the US. And if you didn't
I'm
go
gonna
for
go
that one,
Cammy.
you need to educate yourself.
Oh,
Tony
see,
Scott
I did say ban.
I
See?
knew it was a Toronto player.
currently 2-0 down in this series.
Yeah, maybe needs to step it up in this
But all
one.
obviously
But
Bands
of
is
course,
Toronto
as
player,
far as
honestly,
European
but-
players go, there's not many people that have the resume of Ben.
Vance is taller than Simp.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he's got going from at this stage in this series, though. Yes, okay, he is taller than Simp.
He had a good S&D.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Look, I think, you know, it's just, it's a tough one. Faze have come into this one full form. Rokkr still figuring things out with the new roster. But we're going into the unknown here for both these two teams. Helmet Expo coming up. Neither squad applied this on a competitive setting as of yet. But if Selim can keep up these numbers, then, well, I think there might be a short series for Rokkr here.
It certainly could be. But we will find out, because as we go into this,
Yep,
Nomad
this
Expo
could be a very
is
short
certainly
day of
becoming
games.
One of my favorite control maps, and I don't know if it's just new
Yeah.
or if it's just a
Which
bit
I'm okay with
mixy.
too. Because I wanted to play some games.
Certainly better than
I got
others
about an
we've
hour and a
seen.
half, and then I got to go
Look
play some
forward to,
softball.
Kind of getting some VOD on these
Oh
two
yeah, you
teams.
got a softball tonight, huh?
Yeah, it'll be interesting
And
to
tomorrow
see how
morning.
they play it. Of course, we talk about that
Y'all doing
strict
the tournament
side
or what?
being so
Yep.
important to get a hold of.
Nice. Good luck.
That's exactly what the defensive
We got
side
our
is trying to
tournament,
do.
our
The
regular league game
break is
tonight,
always quite
Friday
Oh,
night.
okay. And tournament
And then
starts
Well,
tournament
finding
starts
two
tomorrow.
busy, though, you just think of
Oh,
Bar, you think of
cheers.
SMG playing again.
Oh,
So I am gonna record matches
BZ is
tomorrow,
gonna
but it
thrive.
might
Cammy
be
is able to
off
finally get a back
time.
on him, though, slows him down, but Atlanta Faze have a little bit of map presence over
It
towards
might
the B
be
side.
copyright struck.
no,
You can see this is
because
where
I
it
skip
slows
all
down
the
as both
fucking
teams just
downtime in
fight for
between.
positioning. Atlanta Faze having
There,
gained
no
the
music
stage
gets
here.
played at all.
Push back as
It's
well.
actually
Oh, I
I've been
thought you
going.
meant like hit record and then go to your game.
Oh no, I actually the way I've been doing it now is even better, and they only last about 40 minutes.
Has an opportunity to stop
Yeah,
the clock if he wants
which
to.
means they upload
The
faster,
rest of Atlanta Faze
Yeah.
are starting to filter through.
which is what we want to do most,
The
guys. This is
potential
for
comeback
you.
here for
We
Rokkr.
have fun
Looking
doing
like B
this.
is
Don't get
gonna
us
go over
wrong,
towards
but
Faze.
we ain't
And
doing
the
this
important
just
thing actually for Faze is
watch
they've got somebody over
ourselves
towards
on
that
TV.
street side and momentarily.
Yeah.
I don't even
Efficiency
watch these
was
videos,
aiming
honestly.
down that area, but they want to make sure they secure B, and that should pretty much
I
do it.
think
The
I
kills in the middle of the map are
I
secured
clicked the
by
very
Faze.
first one we did for like 20
Now
seconds
start
just to
thinking
get a
about
view on
pushing
there
it
or
towards A
whatever.
and B is well and truly gone.
That was it.
Tim finds Afro already up top class. Finds another one onto Bance. They cannot be letting this player run rampant throughout their spawn. And he goes for the chow, eventually taken down. The trades come back in once again, though. Cammy, the only member really standing here, as that tick starts to come in for Atlanta Faze.
Yeah, top class push is going to have to start coming on through. You got no control over towards the roadside. It's a brilliant start here from Faze. BZ just lingering, expecting to push the start to come through. Spar side, Cammy going to win.
That would've
Good
been a
fight.
great play.
Didn't expect him to. The second one's going to fall through. The trades have worked out.
All four
very
down
much in Minnesota.
for
Rocket's
Rokkr.
video. It's a
Rokkr
nice
pushes
retake,
up on him.
and they can force Faze now back towards the statue spawn. They've got to clear them out once again. Not an easy thing to do.
Afro finding that kill that they need, just trying to put Atlanta Faze back in that box towards spawn. Afro knows there's going to be players here as well. I think he's heard them. Oh, they got a chow as well. Afro just continuing to be a problem. He's staggering Atlanta Faze here. And it's
Seven pushed a BZ all the way up in their spawn.
Not too worried yet.
For all that Rokkr have been playing with Faze in the spawn, there has one player slipped the net in a BZ. Cammy though seems to have the angle on him and will do. Finds the kill. Good angle here from Bance as well. It's such a hard push to try and deal with. But now Atlanta Faze have a little bit of road control, but they're still going to pick their way through some horrible, horrible gunfights.
Road control.
And now Atlanta Faze, if they can find a kill here, maybe on a Cammy, and have an opportunity to push down. But Cammy 7-3 has been playing well on this control so far. Bance is going to hit the flag as well. That's been called out for him. He's going to find the second,
Vance, two
almost
big
done by
kills.
BZ, but isn't going to be in the end. And Atlanta Faze still have positioning. Xelium looking for this one.
Still a lot of potential for Faze to find this attacking round. Takes one decent wipe. Sim set up over towards the bar area. It's
Oh,
crucial that
Fame.
stays
Big
alive
double
and
for
he goes one
Fame.
better.
Three.
Finds two and a third.
All four.
Wonderful play from Fame.
That's
that
a
will
full
pretty much
reset.
secure the round for Rokkr. Atlanta
it.
Faze are going to get their skates on.
Fame automatically pushing this up, trying to get
almost got a
Atlanta
bullet
Faze
too.
spawning all the way back in the tunnel. And he's gonna get
I don't
down
know
to
why
Xelium,
they
but
put
have to
that
run
ban
towards this point to
literally
stop
on
it.
PC.
Bance finds the first.
As
Xelium
well,
gets
like
one
an
more
hard
into
point.
his
Uh-oh,
second.
wait.
Playing it
Oh,
back.
oh.
alive, but it is not going to be close enough.
So
Rokkr hold
close.
the defense.
It's funny if you like dove
job.
in and like
Unlike
his
the Faze on
finger
a
was
couple
like
of
an
occasions
inch away
looked like
from
they might
touching the
threaten
hill
to
when he
just
landed.
stack this and get rid
That's
of
why
Yeah.
they didn't get it.
Nah,
they survive.
he died.
Just
If that was Celium
Things
right
get
there,
a
he
little
had
bit
a
scary
maybe
towards
a
the end. Big
shot.
plays
Look,
coming
see
in
him
from
fly
Faze.
in there.
They're going around the pool area, expecting where Faze are going to push from. Good start from Rokkr here on Expo. They'll find their defensive round. It's very much expected. Defense is still the stronger side when it does come down to this control map specifically, as it is often so the case. Now another Faze is turned to go on the defensive side. Can Rokkr go one better?
They will want to, but can they? Already Afro going for a big push here at the same time. Trying to get
Afro
position
all
is
up
so
in there, and
difficult on
August.
this map when you play it at a pro level. A
Nalgas.
single mistake, a
Chichis,
single missed push
nalgas.
can cost you any time onto a point.
Oh,
flying
easy.
through.
For you
Faze
Spanish
here as
speaking
well.
people out there, that means I love
Point
you
B is
best
going
friend.
to go their way.
I'm pretty sure that's
Push out's
Pendejo.
gonna come through. They will force
Pendejo.
Minnesota Rokkr away. And if they can
That's
just
best
keep
friend.
off anything here, that would be a bonus,
Best
of course,
friend?
for the side
Yeah.
of Faze. But typically with
Yeah.
some of these rounds on Expo, we're
I
getting the
see.
longest control rounds.
So if you
can
see a
possibly
group
get,
of them
because
that you
both
know
teams
and
are
you like,
able
you
to
just
go
yell
for
that
one
out.
round.
Nice.
Then the second one can be so hotly contested. Faze doing a good job at keeping
Como
theatre quite
se
mixy
dice
at this
best
moment in
friend
time.
en
Not the good plays
español?
all over the place.
No.
Him just staying alive is causing all kinds of problems. They know they're going to chat him eventually. And while he's alive here, there's not an awful lot Rokkr can do. They have to dig him out. They have to give opportunity for their team to get a proper battle line going forward. And they've got the first tick.
There, they got some
He finds
ticks.
two as well. Realistically, Sim's asking where his teammates are.
He's been here for quite some time, isn't able to do anything about it though. BZ can
Second
answer
tick
back
in.
towards the catwalk side, but will just back on down B. Now gone. Minnesota Rokkr making slight work of that. And a minute and a half to find that A push, but A push is just so difficult. Trying to
Making
clear
myself
everything
laugh
out,
in my
you need
head.
a good
Funny
full
how I
four
always
down. Slash is
just
going to be the one
make
moving
fun
down
of
the
Rokkr
straight
for
coast
being
for
a
the side of Atlanta
Mexican.
Faze.
But I know
Basically
more
clear them
Spanish than
out.
he does.
It's gonna be a statue spot for Minnesota Rokkr. They're going to be forced away, and this is going to
Here
give
comes
Atlanta Faze
the
a great opportunity
spawn
to set
trap.
themselves up so deep.
This is now a problem. Rokkr
Don't
have to
die
fight this
out
straight
in front
You
of
do not want to
these
get caught in the
bullets. You
tunnel
could have
spawn.
shot at that moment.
So they will fight
You
all
wouldn't
the way
know.
through this to make sure that does not happen.
Next thing you know, your head, chest, and
They've
ankle
still got
get
time.
shot
They've
because
still
you're
got
laying
life.
horizontal in
This
the
is
middle of the air like
Sim's gonna be on the
Superman.
flank. Faze staying
What,
alive
you
for it as
got
well.
to?
Big chance coming
Oh,
in.
Oh,
Just
wow.
one to them. That is unbelievable by Sim.
Oh, thank you, Bance. Woo.
And now they are punishing them. Rokkr are being caught in the blender.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
getting
here comes the
punished.
spawn trap. Well, spawn trap's
don't
been
know
going on
even
for a
know how
minute,
to
actually.
explain
But...
that
Oh,
first
shoot his feet.
Looked like he was playing on
Alright,
ropes
so
and
now I
key.
know how to spawn trap on this side.
Absurd from Semp again.
I haven't played this map
Every
enough
single
and
occasion
really
that Atlanta
figure that
Faze
stuff
member
out
has
yet.
to go off with the squad. They seem to be doing so. A couple of kills coming through from Rokkr though.
I wish we could
There's an
veto
opportunity for them
maps.
to find a way out.
Yeah.
They at least need
Or
to
like
stop the clock and give
vote
themselves
for
opportunity.
maps
Slasher
that
falls
used
to
to be
Cammy.
where two maps would
members
come
of
up and you
Rokkr
could
have
vote,
managed to
you
get
know,
through.
everybody in the lobby can
Celium
vote.
Overwatch gonna go fall down again.
Yeah.
Cammy,
And if it was
one
a
more
tie
time with a
vote,
big
it would
kill.
go to a
Sim's gonna
random
put
third
into
map
an
that
Afro
nobody could
guns
vote
him.
for, you know what I
And
mean?
they have an opportunity. Slasher's the only player out here for them. And Fame is looking to get them off of the rip.
Uh-oh.
That might be the round. That
This
might
could
be
be
the round.
trouble.
They can just start stacking it. Cammy on a 5 spree. Fame just holding the cross. Faze are gonna do something.
Fame hasn't found anything though. His teammates are going to have to back him up for there as well.
They almost got they almost
Third
got
tick,
it.
but surely it will be contested.
They
Fame goes
just
all the
took him
way
off.
around. Slasher and Celium combine, and Slasher finds a 2. Fame
12
has not done an
seconds.
awful lot in this position, and they needed him.
They cleared it
And
out.
now he has to move. He
Fame
has
has
to,
to
be
do
the catalyst for this
something.
next push. Rokkr, desperate to stop this clock. Fame will jump in, find Celium as
Got
well.
one.
One last
Oh,
glitter of
Then
hope.
gets gunned by
Slap it.
Slasher. Wait,
Find the push
Afro.
through. There's only one here. The
Oh.
contestant is
Oh.
exactly where he is. They find the gunfights. You can see the comms
not
from
go their
Fame
way.
there, and
I
it's a
feel like
difficult one
trying.
because he's trying to set himself up in a
Afro.
position so that he can kind of get the cross whilst players are finding their way.
Likes
They're
big
in,
booty
but he doesn't account for the fact that
Latinas.
all of his teammates might get gunned, and then ultimately he's trying to reposition himself to help him out. But during that time, they haven't been able to lock it down. Does a good job to try and get things rolling again though. Faze mustn't have had the comms to say Fame's still alive, Fame's still alive, we don't know where he is. Finds a couple to maybe open things up, but Faze bounce back as they often do. Good hold in the end.
We don't know where he
Yeah, I'll give credit
is.
to Atlanta Faze there. I think they ignored him on purpose.
Yeah.
Just completely outplayed him in glass. He was expecting a channel or two, didn't come through.
God.
Celium and BZ already combining, looking to win their attacking round this time. They have free roam over towards B, but I think they're going for A first.
Jeez. I mean, this man has been on another planet today. Pushing in over towards the glass side. He's just going to try and get off towards
he's about
the
to name
spawn.
himself.
That's not going to help. He's eventually going to get gunned by Cammy, who has got an eye on the spawns as well. Good play from Cammy. Crucial kills from Cammy as well.
Now, with that in the face, we'll say, all right, we failed to do anything more at B. We will, A will go to B. They get the first tick onto it, and then they play their lives. It's frustrating for Rokkr, but here comes the flank already. Sim's going to find the first on the Cammy. Looks for the second one to Afro. And Cammy will get it anyway. That is disastrous.
Yep.
Not ideal.
Teammate.
Disastrous? Not
Someone
yet.
is on A. Abeezy's on A.
To make sure they keep a hold of Sona's control. Abeezy trying to stagger them off, but can't do so. So now Minnesota Rokkr will start leeching their way towards the street side as a line of Faze chip away at the defenses from the flank if they can. It's a glass push that's going to start coming through. Which way these kills go to fall though. Bans with an important one on the Sim and now another on the Cell. Slasher can answer back, but we'll find very, very little. This has been a good hold from Rokkr so far. Abeezy's still going to be a thorn in their side. And if he can just set himself up and be annoying, Bryce, that's potentially going to distract Minnesota Rokkr for the inevitable street push that will come through.
Avro's setting up for it. He's expecting someone through glass anytime soon. Here comes Abeezy across it, and Afro has called it correctly. The nade down, a second chow comes in as well.
Nice.
Afro knows exactly what to expect from Faze in that scenario. At the moment, Rokkr are holding.
Well, it's a good play from Afro there to reposition, especially for that second gunfight. Slasher playing the smart game there towards the street side. Immediately expect Rokkr to overextend to try and force those spawns away. Finds one player napping. Now the rest of Faze are in a good position where they can find the push. Simple
That's the
find
3
one.
stack.
It's momentarily
Uh-oh.
dead.
Uh-oh.
Rokkr, this could be it for Faze in the attacking round.
I think this is
That's
it.
a 4 stack.
They can really get there. It's a full stack. Everybody in.
That's
Second
it.
tick, third tick seconds away. And already a lot of Faze have
Boom,
done it.
set,
There was
and
no
match.
way for Rokkr to get back across that map.
One
And
more
Atlanta
round
Faze
for
take their
Faze.
attack. It
Not
now
quite
falls
and
onto
match, but
Minnesota to find
almost.
their own.
And again, I want to massively highlight that play from Slasher. Instead of going searching for those kills over towards Spa, you see a lot of players push towards the Sonas, trying to get some kills over towards Glass Up Bar. He sets himself up just outside of the
Faze
restaurant.
set
Knows
themselves
that
up
Rokkr, when
to
they
take
find
this
those kills,
control
are
match
going to
right
extend
there
towards
now.
the street side. He finds one that then puts the pressure on. Rokkr can't find him, and the rest of Faze can filter through the middle of the map without being contested from the street side.
On
It will only be
defense,
one
too.
kill, but was an important one from Slasher. It set up that full attacking round for them over towards that A side. Now only need to hold this defense to win the series.
Abeezy looking to make a move in. He already knows. But Rokkr has
They are
got some
stacked
bodies
on
into
A.
this one. You see 3 of them already stacking the site. Abeezy going for a long flank. And they've already caught it as well. They knew he was going to be here, but the rest of Atlanta Faze trying
They
to
already
swing
almost
away.
got 2 ticks.
Afro's going to try and stay alive.
Oh,
but Sim
he
finds
did
another
it.
2.
See, they got
And
the
they
2
only get
ticks.
2 ticks, and now they're running scared.
Make that 3 for
They
Sim.
got him. They could have
Just
him
a
in the spawn
distraction
trap
tactic.
now.
If you can't find a kill, stay alive, distract. And now he can transition over towards being
no,
well read
not
from
quite.
Rokkr, who will now start to put that pressure on. This has not been clean from Faze on the defensive side so far. That was 2 ticks over towards A. So a lot for Rokkr to rely on here, but they still have to get a hold of B, which is not the easiest of tasks against a team like Faze. Beezy will just be lingering around the bar area, interchanging
stacking
between
B
here,
now.
going down low, go over towards the catwalks. There's so many different angles for Faze to pick them apart from.
And now Abeezy up top. Prime position. Vance can do nothing but cower as the bullets rain around him. The Semtex hits as well. Afro tries to help him out. And eventually they get some reinforcements, but it's not going to be enough. 2 ticks on both points here for Minnesota.
Oof.
Can they convert it?
Close, but not quite there. Cammy will be able to find one
Now
over
they
towards
should
the
be
B
able
side
to
of
get
the
B
Faze.
here.
May well have no other
Wait,
chance,
maybe.
choice, I should say, than to get this one up. They're giving a lot of lives
Yeah.
over towards Rokkr. That's B gonna be gone.
Only
Faze
need
are
one
set
more
up for
tick
an
on A,
push to
it
come
looks
through,
like.
and we'll find these kills on transition.
5 lives
Towards
to zero.
backstage, it's important that they do so. Big kill from Cammy though. Can now start to
This
get
would be a
power and glass
huge
control.
hold for Faze.
Trying to mess with Faze, who are set up over towards that street side, though importantly for them, they
They
do
can't
have
let
control of A.
Rokkr
This is
even
still
on there
a
for
lot of work to be done for Minnesota Rokkr.
a second.
And can Cammy shoulder any more? He's been the best player for Minnesota Rokkr in this series by far. They need him to pull out every
Abeezy.
stop they can. 1 tick. That's all they need. They have
Nasty,
to
bro.
reduce Atlanta Faze on this map.
That fool has
Now
like
trying to
some
play
of the
with the
best
spawns himself.
awareness I've ever
Know
seen
that they're
in
going to be
my
close as
life.
Bance will start to find two. Rokkr starting to move into position.
Man stays alive, but is a tenuous position. He doesn't know where they're going to push him from. He has some players looking at him as well, but Faze will find it at the same time. Cammy in trouble there. Doesn't get the turn onto Sim. Selim gets another
Faze,
one.
good
And Rokkr are
hold.
back to spawn.
And they have the life lead now.
For Rokkr. Faze going to be ready for this one. Slasher on the head. He's going to get gunned. Bance will get him. And now the push can come through very, very quickly. Faze have to be ready.
Salim
Fame
got
looking
one.
for this. They've still got the lives. He'll look for one in the corner as well. Afro will get it. Needs to win that gunfight. Cammy will take down Fame though.
Cammy,
They
what
do
you
have
doing
numbers in
there?
around this point. The pressure is now coming
Oh,
through
you
as well.
got him
Sim
too,
gets
my
one.
bad.
Cammy's still
Oh,
alive.
Slasher got him off.
And Rokkr, it's so close but so far every time.
8v6 on the line front. 25
They
seconds
need
remaining.
to decap that shit.
Minnesota Rokkr. Series in jeopardy here. Need to find a push. Cammy will find a BZ. Is that going to open up the door?
And all of Faze are hitting the deck. They are playing it slow. They are waiting
14
for it.
seconds.
Vance
Vance
will
just.
range onto him as well.
Oh, got two.
It's an opportunity
Uh-oh,
to find the
this is
third
it.
as well. They've got to get onto the point.
Simp has to go massive.
And down
No,
he goes,
that's
and
it.
that
4 to
should
3.
be enough. Rokkr stay alive in this series.
Time. It's going to map
feels
5.
like it should be the entire
Round
series.
5.
They should have won, but it's
Round
just
5.
a round of control.
Wow, that was crazy.
A stressful one at that. And Faze, honestly, for the initial bad start of the round, you know, a lot of those situations don't be
They
so
both
fast in
won an
front.
attack round,
If
so
you
I don't know
have
who's
more than
gonna
one
get
tick
defense.
to have to worry about, right? I mean, look, usually teams will
Duke.
not find too much a day towards the start of the round. A lot of teams are finding a lot of success towards that B site very, very early. But when it comes down to A, if you have those 2 ticks in, it takes one decent break. You don't need to, you know, dot your I's, cross your
Abusing
T's.
these Wheaties this
You
morning.
can find a few kills and jump
Yeah.
it. Force Faze to have to come to you. Force them to have to maybe misstep. Minnesota
Faze
Rokkr
are
are the ones on
attacking.
the defensive side. They don't have a chance in this series yet.
Can they
Oh,
hold him?
wow.
They line up for Cammy.
What a lineup.
Call that back as well. They send
Yeah.
Simp on the flank here. Unfortunately, he's going to go down. Slasher finds two.
What
Simp
do we
finds another one.
say?
And what was good for Rokkr is no longer.
Majority of deep spawns. Fame trying to do something about this though. Good shots into Salim will back him down. Was a little bit of
Afro
progress
with
over
2.
towards A, but Faze have concentrated most of their resources of getting hold of B. They want to extend that time.
And Afro's just waiting, knowing that there's going to be somebody looking for him as well. And Selim goes for the chow, both weak.
Oh, 10
Neither
HP.
falls. And that first tick falls to Atlanta Faze on B.
Faze
Gonna slowly
have
start
a
coming
pretty good
through.
control on B here. Looks
So
like
Rokkr
Rocker's just chalking it up and gonna defend A.
B is gonna be swift. Not much they can do about
Yeah,
it.
they're
Starting to
already
get
got full
themselves set
setup
up
on
now.
B.
So what's the play
One
for
no point.
Faze? It's just full men towards glass. It looks that way.
He's just a fucking kill
Gotta
house,
get back for it
honestly.
as well. Faze almost gets caught with a stun in his hand, but doesn't matter.
How
Goes
can
for
you
the
not
gunfight.
shoot
Will
through that
eventually
door?
fall to Afro, who's won some critical 2 pieces at
I
this
don't
point.
know.
But Selim
You
is
shoot
still
through
in
like
the
every
wind.
door in this game, and you can't shoot through that one.
Celium is tucked in their fucking spawn.
Just waiting for somebody to maybe step out of line. Look at this positioning from Rokkr as well, over towards that restaurant side. So hard to get rid of them when they are towards Diner, but you got to answer back to this. Is Celium going to be aware of the push coming through?
Oh,
Just trying to pick them apart here, Atlanta Faze, but they're not having much success.
And here has
Damn
been a
it, too.
masterclass from Rokkr. in
pretty
playing
good
this.
setup for
Damage
Rocker.
to
He
it.
just will not give them anything, but a BZ is here. Will he find a 2-piece? And he
Ooh,
does
got
that
a
so
BZ.
often, but this time falls to Afro. Only gets 1 tick, but 1 minute 20 left on this point. Plenty of
Wall
lives for
bang
both
him.
teams.
Wall bang.
Yep.
Celium's wall bang
Gets
master.
rid of Bance.
Yes, he is.
So first objective complete. Road control belongs to you. Can't find the kills on Afro though. Surely he doesn't find a third. Just backs on down. And honestly, I feel like Minnesota Rokkr have just played their lives so well on every single occasion. Cammy holding the
you got
alpha
sound
angle,
EQ on.
takes down Cell
Actually,
after
I
they
know he
lose 2
does.
lives. And again,
Slasher
it feels
said
like
he
Atlanta
does.
Faze
He
are just
uses
clutching
it.
at straws here.
Sim will be in a position. No, they are slowly but surely capturing this zone.
Oh,
Contested
Nate.
move
Use it
once
on
again.
lane.
Rokkr are holding huge plays out of so many Rokkr members just to keep Atlanta Faze at bay for a few more seconds. Selim finds 2 though. Time for Atlanta Faze to move back up. Bar control for Selim.
Oh, Cammy.
35 and 25. Keeps finding these kills when they need it.
And it doesn't look that he should be finding either, is it?
Oh,
With a bit
simp.
of cold water, Vance just gets deleted off the face of the earth. Now Cammy inside the
Oh,
do
simp.
something. He also gets
Jeez.
deleted by Simp. Opportunity here for Faze now, but
Afro
Afro's here to slow it down.
returns the favor.
Afro being their key player, staying alive here, causing problems for Atlanta Faze.
They
Dead
gotta
silence
stop
will
the
be
clock.
popped from him as well. And it goes tense and it goes quiet here on Himmelman. Afro looking for somebody, anybody.
He finally got a BZ off the
Finds
point.
Beezy. 18 seconds left to go. Atlanta Faze, they have to make a move.
That's it. This could be
They have
it.
to do something. They haven't been able to find any kills. And Minnesota Rokkr have just played their lives to perfection. 8 seconds away. Doesn't look like FaZe have got it in the bag yet.
It certainly doesn't. Rokkr have found something against Atlanta Faze in this series. After a disappointing
All
respawn
right.
on the hard points.
Rokkr finally take a map as they take the map 3 control. But after that map 1 hard point, I don't think they have much chance of taking a hard point against FaZe. But they do extend the game a little bit longer as the Rokkr take the control round. Cammy absolutely going ham. 37 and 26 for him. 34 and 30 for Afro. Absolutely insane amount of interactions. 28 non-traded for Cammy. Yeah.
Rokkr on the board.
Rokkr on the board. They're at least going to take it into a Mercado hard point here. Let's see how that plays out.
Cammy to drop the 37 and 26. Afro 34 kills to his name as well. Big numbers coming out from Rokkr.
As we go through this map, I've got to say, one of the questions was, will Cammy be better after this team change? I think it's a resounding yes, but still struggling against top teams. This entire roster just cannot get the wins that they need so far. One against Atlanta Faze here, though, would be huge.
This is where Fame pretty much secured the first round for Rokkr. Good snap onto the second one coming out of bot. And yeah, you know, look, B we're seeing coming a lot more now, especially even when it's the last one left. It's very rare that happens, but it does definitely seem the easier of the two. A is just such a hard one to break because the spawns are so close for Rokkr that you can get in towards Glass, you can then contest it from the outside, and then you can wait for the rest of your team to then push up. If you want to get a hold of this A point as an attacking team, it has to be a clean wipe, it has to be a quick stack. It's just so difficult for teams to break. Players like Afro out, players like Cammy out. Just really huge plays from them across the board in the right position. That was an absurd gunfight on the Celium, who's not really at the races there. Minnesota Rokkr now back into this series. Work to be done for Atlanta Faze when it does come down to export control.
Well, there's the final statistics for it, a 1.42 from Cammy. And Rokkr breathe a sign of life into this series. Nobody
Well, they
expected
weren't,
them to win that hard point after
they weren't
win
full
that control
swept,
after
at
hard
least.
point.
Cammy with a good map there. 1.42. Fame had his moments. Bance and Cammy, Bance and Afro, sorry, definitely chipping in as well. Cammy, the star of the show there, but still a long way to go if they want to potentially muster some sort of comeback here. Looking towards it, next map is going to be coming up. It's going to be Mikado as well. I mean, typically it's not too bad for Atlanta Faze, but Rokkr not sitting too bad with their record either. This is still doable to send us to map number 5, but Faze will be still feeling confident after map number 1.
Yeah, 100%. Realistically, the onus has always been on Faze in this series. They're the heavy favourites coming into it. And after that hard point, you would be correct. A lot of people already think this would be over, but a lot of people already thought it would be over in map number 3, Ton. And yet, we're going to 4.
Yeah, look, I think, I suppose, you know, you look towards Expo. If there's any other map, then Atlanta Faze may well be feeling confident. Of course, LSELO, not there.
Voice just cut out.
Yeah, his voice cut out on my end too. So you
There's
guys
our
just
standings.
yeah,
See,
you guys-
Optics 4-0.
that's what I said. I said they're perfect.
You said they're 5-0.
I said even if they,
So wait a second.
I don't think that.
because there's only 6 matches in the game, or in the.
I don't think they've added the one they just won earlier.
Oh.
I don't think.
Yeah, you're right. Because FaZe is 2-1, and I remember them being 2-1 before today.
Yeah.
remember seeing that. Today's their 4th game.
But yeah, we're gonna roll into this Mercado hardpoint. You guys might be stuck with us commentating. Might be interesting.
I ain't doing all that.
I'll do it.
I got people trying to talk to me online and crap.
As Rokkr's gonna start on the good side here and get to P1 pretty early to start off this Mercado hardpoint. But Faze with a quick 3 down.
Faze.
Gonna take a little control here as they're gonna go toward P2, Grandma's, as we call it, or green, as they call it in the in the CDL. But Faze got 2 members up in there completely. Whoa, did yours lag out? There.
No.
Oh. Okay, my Afro's screen froze for a second. But
welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We EMP'd Bryson Ton to bring
we
you
EMP'd
special
Bryson
coverage.
Ton.
We got Alley Cat Nameless and Puckett on the mic here, and of course, we're looking at
Puckett.
point game number 4, Faze on match point. Minnesota still in this, so Alley.
I mean, you can say it's still in it.
That's
Off
you-
that
that's the guy
P1,
talking.
there isn't a lot of time soaked on either side of these things, but it's going to be Atlanta Faze
been
in
commentating
P2, one of
since
the biggest
Halo
money
3,
hills
bro.
on this map. But Minnesota Rokkr not in a terrible position. That's going to be Bance with a big opener to try and collapse onto this point and maybe try to soak some time here at the end.
Absolutely. Yep. Faze picking up a decent amount of time here with spawns. Let's start trying to think about next hill. I mean, these hills are lockdown hills right now. Minnesota picking up some time. You see all of Faze trying to push through Banana.
I can't even hear that.
Slash is putting some shots down now. It's just time to throw these bodies at the hill. You don't have much time to try to get this scrap. You gotta start thinking about rotation here.
Yeah, for Atlanta, this is a little bit of an
They got a
overcommitment
spawn.
to about 15
Afro
seconds,
got
but this is
gifted
nothing
that
new as they
spawn.
have been struggling in rotation since the beginning of this season.
There was no reason for him to
it's gonna
spawn
be
there, and they
Afro
just stole that
Vance
away.
that combined for both of those kills. Slasher makes the
All except
decision to just kind of hang back and wait for his teammates off a spawn instead of throwing his life. Don't
must
hate
have
it,
got
but they
the new
are down 10
DMZ,
points, and they're
pay to
going to
win
need a little bit
package.
more control to
Yes.
try to break into this hill.
We gotta
course.
welcome back the boys from the UK. They got their mics up and running.
Welcome
Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you very much, Puckett. Thanks for covering from us as well. You guys already sound better than we do, but we will get back into the action. You can already see Minnesota Rokkr are holding this down and doing better than they were in the first half point.
I can see Puckett and Alley being good commentator do it.
8 and 3 was doing great
Yeah.
over towards P2. Just
Puckett
getting
and
in the
anyone,
mix there.
honestly. That
Stopping
dude is a
Atlanta Faze, really
beast.
getting a good grip.
My favorite commentator of all
What's going on
time.
over towards Cantina, but with 25 seconds left here, Rokkr in a nice little spot. Atlanta Faze choosing just to set themselves up towards that barbershop side. Have to make sure.
See,
that
so you guys know if all else fails, you guys got at least us to
being there in hard point.
throw some
It's alright
words
to
in there.
just run people off the map like
If
you
anything,
see
we'll keep it
number
entertaining.
one.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that's
You know,
going to be the case here
boring.
on Mercado, though.
I understand all
Biggest
y'all
problem will be
millennials
if
out
Rokkr
there
break
with
this,
us.
Atlanta Faze will be in a lot of trouble very, very early, and Afro finds two.
Right,
They're
take
putting all the
those
pressure
stands.
towards Barber at the same
Lidded.
time. Afro finds another,
And
and now
aggro.
one player left for them as well. They're going to go for the pinch into this. Only Celium left alive. He's going to fall to fame at the same time, and that is a rapid break from Rokkr.
Really good break coming in from
After
Rokkr.
Afro got
You think
gifted
about
that
some of the breaks that
spawn,
have
it
come
just
through
kinda went
from
downhill
already
for
against New
Faze.
York.
Yeah.
They lost
Yeah.
rotation. 8 out of
They
the
haven't
11
really
hills
been
that
able
were
to do
played.
anything.
They lost rotation
Rocker's
a couple
kind
of
of
times
been
here, but the breaks are starting to flow a little bit more. So
kind
you
of
can argue you can let those
connecting
rotations
two
go
hard
through.
points
You're
together
confident in
here.
finding your breaks. Shots
They're
over
gonna need to
the
break it
through
for
a
any
second.
kind of scrap
Being the
time.
little nerd that he is gonna matter. Slasher will be there to find the
We
kill.
might be seeing a
Carry.
game 5 here
Trying
today,
to
ladies
back
and gentlemen.
himself as well, but Faze in here in numbers. The BZ will be there to clean it up.
Ain't trying to
20
count my
seconds to
chickens
play
too
for, though. The
soon.
lead will still be 40 by the time we head over towards P5.
Yep.
There we go. Afro
quite.
looking for it on the rotation. It is going to fall, though. Reinforcements from Bance. Tries to find this gunfight and will do. Only because
Oh, Cammy just killed
takes down
Bance.
Bance as well. And it's a horrible trade coming in for Minnesota.
A horrible
Oh,
trade.
Sim.
They can't get a hold of it. Good stuff coming from Faze. BZ,
Oh!
It just continues to find kills you don't expect. It's almost like every single gunfight that comes up, it doesn't matter if he's 1 HP or 100. You think it's going to go his way.
Simp
Will get
only
caught
4
out
and
there as
10,
well, but
kinda
that's the
struggling.
Not quite yet. Rokk's breaking has been wonderful so far.
Afro
That's 4
14
dead.
and
That's a
6,
clean
absolutely
break.
destroying Faze right now.
And now it looks like Atlanta Faze want to have maybe one last push at this. The rotation is worth more than this scrap if they can get it. Afro though will find the first blood here. Sim looks for one towards the front as they do manage to get into this point. Very, very well done as they get the points away from Rokkr, but they still don't have the numbers.
Nope.
A Bans 2-piece means we're off to Cantina.
Up top is Slasher. Trying to look in some decent holds here for Faze. Oh, and he gets some horrible, horrible time, and he's going to get inside the point and just try to run away. The rest of the team on their way, but Faze haven't been able to hold a single one of these decent rotations at all. It's been so easy for Rokkr to find the breaks. The back of the SMGs bouncing out,
Oh,
having some great
Vance.
games here.
And
Great
now they've
play.
turned up. It is horrifying. Kind of reminds me of Major number 2 for these teams. They were the force that could have put
2
them
down
to
for
third place in the
Faze.
end. And now firing forward once again. Vance is going to fight.
Oh
one,
my
finds
gosh.
a second. He's on a 6 streak himself. And realistically, Faze desperately need into this as Vance now gets only 7 streaks.
Can somebody kill Bance?
40 seconds to play for here. Minnesota Rokkr are bodying Atlanta
Wow,
Faze.
he's
It
beaming.
almost feels like when you're playing against Faze, you're waiting for the moment where they're going to find a route through. They have not been able to hold a hill to save their lives. Simple eventually find a way back through. That's 20 crucial seconds for Faze. If those 40 go over towards Rokkr, this one's out of reach. Atlanta Faze will get a hold of that though, and by the time we do get over towards the next hill, it's going to be about a 60 or 70 point game. Some change. Mabizi finding kills on transition though. Rokkr over towards the blue side of the map though. Not in too bad of a spot to do something about this.
Flame tries to stay alive. There's a player above him and he is going to fall. Atlanta Faze, they get the 60 here, or 55 realistically. It will bring them right
it'll
back
be
into
right
this game.
and
Faze
back
is
into
after
it.
Rokkr already. Sim finds the first, but goes down the back alley. Fame trying to get that done as well, but somehow
Simp with
Sim finds
2.
Vance before he falls.
In towards the backside. Probably needs to be dealt with here by Faze because the potential pinch could be set up, but it's been a good hold from Faze so far. Crucial one.
Afro Cruz.
Respectfully has to answer.
He's
Cruz
catching
missile
up.
coming in. I very much expect the trophy to be stopping this one. Slash staying alive. Looking the pinch being set up by Easy over towards
Cammy
that
with
blue
2
side. We'll
big
just slow
kills
him
though.
down if he can't.
Let's see if they can get this scrap
We'll
time.
find a couple. Still a good hold from Faze here, who've soaked up nearly every single second.
Yeah.
My word, Cammy.
Cammy
kills
is
when you don't
beaming.
expect it. Celium still laying in wait. Eventually going to make a move. He's going to see these players go forward as well, but Cammy tears him asunder before he can do too much damage. And Rokkr still in the driving seat. It is only a hill away though for Atlanta Faze.
Yeah, well, that was threatening to be about a 140 point lead by the time we were over towards P6, and well, you know, things change very, very quickly. Faze are all of a sudden back into this game. Looking to try and flip the spawns if they can. Good hold so far from Rokkr, controlling over towards the hedge side, controlling the middle of the map, winning their gunfights as well. They haven't allowed a BZ to take over like he did last time around. It's looking like this
Trying to
rotation
take
over
P2
towards
control.
P2. And it does come in 30 seconds or so. It's going to belong to Atlanta Faze. Rokkr hitting it from the alley.
No, not necessarily. Afro just got 3.
Finds a third as well. That may shut Faze out completely. And for Rokkr, all it is now is put a bit of pressure on the P1. And then worry.
Oh, but
and
Simp.
panic because Simp is now turning up.
Cammy's the only one who can answer back. Where the spawn's gonna come in, they're gonna come close.
Cammy on a 7 himself. Got a cruise.
Secured. Faze gonna expect so many members over here as BZ finds a way into Cantina. We'll find a second as well. Surely another third. Cammy can slow him down. 8 spree now for Cam. Cruise missile in the back pocket's not gonna help you here. The rest of Faze are inside Cantina.
Check your corners,
So many
Cammy.
streaks for
Yeah.
Rokkr, but this game, it still could go
It's
against them.
still
They need to
not,
break back into
and
this
it's
Fame
not
first
over.
2 as well.
Oh, as Afro
Afro
gets
makes
2
the
big
final
ones.
Only
You
Celium
slash
left to
her
run
off the
through.
top.
Afro comes to the door, finds that final kill. They need this time. And if Rokkr
comes
can
that
hold
back
off
door
here,
hit.
They will take this to a map 5 because they will be so far in the lead. It'll be difficult for Atlanta Faze to come back.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough now for Faze. Need to find a break, need to find a rotation. Here they come for another stab at it. Simp and Slasher will be able to find 2. It's gonna be Afro left. All of these own in Cantina. Sometimes it's enough. This time it will not be.
Easy trades right there.
But that's 20 seconds over towards Faze, and they're going to trade that off for a rotation that will belong to Rokkr. Rotations have not been necessarily their friend in this map. It's been all about the breaking. Faze do it back to them as effectively as Rokkr have been
Cruise
breaking
missile.
Faze.
That stun check onto Slasher. Bans already calling this one in. They don't want anybody coming through. Slasher has a trophy out for that one. Bans throws the cruise missile to nothing. But they are here. They are
They got a
condensed
break
into
and
10.
quick.
Spawn up for Faze.
Can't give him
He's
a
on
lot
his
of time
way.
here.
Can you boys hold on? Once your teammate transverses across
Simp
the
with
map, Simp
one.
might be able to trade one. You've got to move faster.
Simp
to
with
get
two.
This player's going to be on their way. Simp's going to deal with Fame on the rotation, but Cammy again just
They're holding.
continues to be
Rokkr.
huge.
25 seconds.
They're about 20
Selling
points away.
fish.
Oh, wait.
Will slow things down. Needs some
Afro
help from his
still in the
teammates.
top,
They're
though.
here.
Afro finds the first one up top, gets back onto the points. He knows his players coming all every
gotta
single
hold this.
direction for him, and he's just trying to stay alive. Finds it not going to be enough.
I mean, that was
We
a
are
smart
going
play
on to this
to
next
get out
hill.
of
There'll
there
be
like
no
he
more
did,
pushes for
but
Minnesota. It's all about
not end
Barbers.
well for him.
They're going on the rotation.
Fight towards the back.
Barbershop time.
It's going to be so crucial.
Here comes
You can already
Cammy's
see
Cruise.
the posturing coming in from Faze. Cruise
He's gonna see
missiles heading
exactly
towards
where
the
they're
island.
all. They're
They're
all
sticking to
literally
it.
at green.
Choosing to stick. They're staying in Cantina. They're waiting for this rotation to lock in. The cruise missile comes
got
through.
one.
We'll find
Cellium.
Who's now gonna have
It's a big
Slasher
kill.
will get killed off spawn. He's now gonna spawn
Ooh,
probably
all
Two
four
more.
dead
Cammy
with the big
finds two,
double.
and that might be the
This
game.
could
Faze are
be
not
it.
close enough.
They are miles away.
This could
Seconds
scream map
tick down
5.
Here for Atlanta Faze. Cammy on Overwatch. It's a 4-man hit towards the back alley, and they need to move, and they need to move mad. Cellium finds the first. Cammy
Wait, they got in.
gonna fall down as well. And
Uh-oh.
Atlanta Faze will not fall on this hill. They have managed to get into Barbers.
Perfect
They
break
might
was
still
needed.
fall on this
Perfect
hill.
break
They only
needed.
need 6 seconds.
The big
I
push
did
down
not see it
alleyway
advance.
was the first job done. Cellium
my
starting to light up
gosh,
kills here as
3
well.
big
Going
kills.
inside.
They gotta
25
rotate
seconds
now.
potentially going over towards the
Here
side
comes
of
the
line of Faze.
rotation.
Minnesota Rokkr, you just have to
This
lick
isn't
your
over
wounds.
yet.
You have to move away. You are 6 points away from the win. Faze, by the time they get here, are going to be about 5th. This one's going down to the wire, but the transitional kills going to.
Oh, there goes the.
my
There
God.
goes the mic again. Yep.
Still rests on potential.
Cammy goes down.
Cellium gets through. Fame needs
Wait,
to find two, and he has.
Simp.
Simp's gonna be in. Atlanta Faze have broken Rokkr.
Wait. Oh no!
Finds one. Somehow
Abizi's
Faze alive.
in.
Continue to run. Abizi's gonna be
Abizi's
Oh no! What the hell, guys? Why the ego chows?
3 seconds go down as Afro makes
No, it's
it
not.
away.
Oh yeah, it is.
As well, but Rokkr win the hard point. And they fall
Bro, they ego chowed so hard.
as Faze started to make their comeback ton, but we are going to a map 5 again.
Oh my goodness. I think they threw that at the end. They absolutely
I
threw
feel like Minnesota earned it too.
because okay, first off, Simp, how he died, I don't think he should have died. First
Dude,
of all,
how he just ran out of dark and like didn't even check his corners straight into warehouse.
no, because he jumped on that little platform and then jumped and was just shooting that guy, and then that guy killed him in the air. And I was like, oh my god! And then
Oh, he must be
Abizi was
talking
on,
about
and then
different
he won 1v2 chowed.
Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about when Simp died the death before that. Right
Oh,
before
yeah.
it hit changed. He just came out of dark flying towards the front of warehouse and didn't look anywhere,
Oh yeah.
and he got beamed off. Then it was just a domino effect from there. He got killed again, then Abizi, Cellium went down.
Wow, crazy match though.
Too scary. I want to say when it was towards Cantina, they find the break over towards that and a perfect rotation over towards the end of the first rotation of hills. That's when things got a little bit scary for Rokkr. But they closed it out. Map number 5, Greenberg Hotel, Search and Destroy. After this, Bryce and I am so excited to see who comes out on top.
Me too. Well, you'll have to wait for the thrilling conclusion of.
Yep, one more little break before map 5.
Yeah.
As we are almost through here with the final match of the day. We got 4 matches tomorrow. I believe we got London NYSL, Florida Vegas, Boston
That's gonna be a
Optic,
good one.
and then
gonna be a
Faze
good one, too.
Faze Seattle.
That's gonna be a good one too.
So yep, the 4
What was
matches.
the first one?
London NYSL.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a white. Well, actually, I don't know. That might be a good game too.
And Vegas has been playing better, so hope they'll probably win against Florida.
Maybe, I don't know.
And then Optic's probably gonna roll Boston. Boston still kind of in a honeymoon phase with Kremp playing in the
I think that honeymoon's over,
replacement
bro.
of Vivid.
which is still wild to me.
Yeah.
I felt like Vivid was doing really well.
I'm telling you, man, people are going more towards those young kids is why.
Yeah.
And then Faze Seattle. All right, who's going to win Rookie of the Year this year?
Me. It's like Hydra.
All right, here's the real question. If Optic can go on to win Major 5 and Champs, let's say like they go on a crazy run, win you know, couple majors and champs, does Ghosty still have a chance to win Rookie of the Year?
I don't think he has a chance regardless because stats don't win Rookie of the Year. Scrappy's been standing up personality wise, and so right now he is the only known rookie in the league.
Well, that's why I'm saying if Ghosty goes
politics.
on and wins champs too,
Right.
does he have a shot of winning Rookie of the Year over Scrappy?
Regardless.
Regardless what?
What I had already said. He never has a shot. He never had a shot, never will have a shot because Scrappy's in the league making a fool of himself. All eyes are on Scrappy, bro. Did Leonardo DiCaprio ever win an Oscar for Titanic or Inception or Shutter Island? No.
He won one for fighting a bear.
Yeah, and I feel like that was the worst out of those 4 movies. It was a good movie. But if there was like a tier list, that was on the bottom. The Revenant.
Yeah, that's where he finally won his Oscar.
Man, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know how they pick Rookie of the Year, so I can't honestly answer that question. And also, I feel like it's kind of like picking a president, like voting for presidency. Like, those votes don't really count at the end of the day.
Really, it's a rookie, and then if a rookie can win a major or something. And right now, Scrappy and Hixie both have won majors as rookies this year.
No. Ghosty's well on his way.
So he's got
I
a
don't
shot.
know. We'll see. It'd be cool to see Ghosty grab it. Hixie definitely isn't getting it.
Nah, if anyone from Toronto gets it, Scrappy gets it.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. Map 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live with another map 5 here.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
It's Minnesota Rokkr versus Atlanta Faze. And while Atlanta Faze look comfortable in the first
I'm gonna
two,
go get some pizza.
the second
Also,
two
be right
have
back.
not gone their way. They're on the cusp of a reverse sweep ton.
They looked like the Atlanta Faze of old in maps 1 and 2, didn't they? Map 1 was a complete blowout. Search and destroy, after a slow start, was relatively comfortable. But since then, Minnesota Rokkr have forced them all the way to that map number 5. Let's see how things have broken down between these two. Of course, as mentioned, first 2 maps comfortable, especially map number 1 for Atlanta Faze. That was the BZ show. And then we headed into export control. Rokkr answered back, and then a tight Mikado hardpoint. But with Rokkr, for the majority of the time, in control to set up a potential reverse sweep. And Brycey, who was the last team to get reverse swept in this league? It was Atlanta Faze against Optic Texas, way back in stage 2 qualies. We haven't seen one since. Could one be on the cards here? Well, search and destroy. It's Atlanta Faze. You would always favor them with a 7-3 record. Rokkr not really too much to write home about on their side of things. First bloods and first blood conversion not there alongside a Faze. They are going to be so important as we head into hotel. Can Rokkr find the reverse sweep, Bryce? Be something special if they could do it.
It would be something special in every regard, not only locking in that winner's bracket, but also the 10 points and also maybe just a bit of a kind of a mental relief for this team that really struggled last stage. But as we go into this first round of the S&D, there's a stack by Rokkr.
Yeah, kind of waiting for some aggression to maybe come through from Faze.
They're afraid of the bees.
Rightfully so. Shouldn't be afraid of planting though. Typically Rokkr don't go for that plant. They'll have a low win percentage when that plant does come through, but Faze are not a team who are great at retake. Second lowest in the league. Only 16% of the time are they able to find that retake over towards a bomb when it has went down and then go on to win the round. So Rokkr, if you're feeling buoyed by that, should go for a plant over towards A if they can possibly do so.
Trying to get towards this bomb, but they've got to clean out Selium. They've got to clean out Simp. We're watching over. Bomb will go down and Simp finds Bans before they can get it. There's not a lot of time left now for Minnesota.
That's the problem. When you take your time, play for the picks, you then start to make it move and things don't go your way. Things can go south very, very quickly. 15 seconds to get over towards that bomb and plant it for fame. Don't know if Afro is going to be positioned to do something here. Selium on Overwatch. They know exactly what's going on. Oh, they're in trouble.
And every single time Rokkr have gone for the plant, they've fallen. Atlanta Faze just playing around that bomb site perfectly. Just wasn't going to allow them an easy plant.
Nicely done from Slasher to clean up that final kill, but it's all down to Cell. Keeping them off the bomb, keeping the information, but as you mentioned, it just took too long for Rokkr to get themselves in a reasonable position to plant that bomb. And from then on, it's just such a hard thing to do. Faze are set up over towards the bedroom side. You don't have a lot of time. Easy round in the end for Faze. First blood drawn towards them.
Looks like Rokkr are going for mid control. They've got in for it fast. It's a 2-2 split for Atlanta Faze.
Yet to be picked up from the spawn. Sempercore maybe just trying to put the feelers out. Trying to get an understanding of where Rokkr are positioned. It's mid and B. Nothing towards that bedroom side, so it is going to be down to Fame to watch that cross, which is something that Faze are going to want to try and play with yet, but BZ2 HP is going to somehow get out. Doesn't commit to the challenge over towards that A side, but that's a lot of utility burn from Rokkr, and some gaps opening up in the defense now. Simp will find one, Simp will find a second. My word. Faze just play patient and it works beautifully. Afro left in the 1 versus 4.
And down he falls as well. And Faze with the split and pick does not go their way. Rokkr just end up losing that mid-map control as well. I think that was the biggest issue.
Yeah, I think, you know, initially when Sim pushes over towards that B side, Rokkr have got eyes on over towards the restaurant. And I think that Rokkr maybe just turn away for a second. Sim get some good timing. They find that first kill and the rest just flow naturally. But Faze, you know, the difference there for me is that Rokkr, when they're finding their pick, it's sitting back. They're sitting passive. It's guns up. Whereas Faze are kind of searching them out just a little bit. 2-0 for Atlanta Faze. And as mentioned at the top of the show here, no reverse sweep.
No reverse sweep since January 29th.
Split, actually. And it was Faze who got reverse swept. So, been a long time.
Our meeting.
It really has, but a Rokkr the team to do it. Not starting off great in this S&D. And again, it looks like they're playing around A. You can see Atlanta Faze are in a slightly different setup. The problem will be Rokkr will still be worrying about that last one.
Can't let this get out of hand. That's the problem. Now I'll push over towards A. As I mentioned, those retakes from Faze have been left wanting. A lot of util expelled. They know exactly what's going on here. Rokkr may well still just try and force themselves onto that site.
Rokkr do not want to approach this. A little bit hesitant. Bance gonna go there. Actually baits out for his teammate in Fame. Still need to get this bomb down though. And here's the monster, the nightmare of BZ. Again, they get to play off the bomb. They are running out of time. Selium on the cross. And finds Fame as well, and they still cannot get this bomb down. Rokkr can everything.
What?
Afro finds Simp. Unbelievable. Selium in a 1 versus 2. And Cammy's in trouble.
Only got to see the latter stages of that gunfight, but we'll get to see the full one here. Selium will find another. Now on the 1 versus 1.
Oh, and he sees him. He sees him, and now he's going to have to chase. Nade going out as well. Selium gets across to the bomb, and he's going to go for this straight away. Looking for the ninja, and Afro's going to dive out towards him, but doesn't get the kill.
No, that was an ego
tried to
chow
make
and
a
a half.
hero play. It wasn't going to go, but Rokkr eventually get around. But my goodness,
My mic flippers
it is very,
doing
very
a thing.
difficult.
Selium trying his hardest, but I'd love to see what actually happened between Afro and Simp over towards reception. That pretty much decided the round. If Afro gets taken out there, Simp's got to Cell and Simp have got an easy task on their hands. Looked like a hellish gunfight that Afro came away with.
Wow. Rokkr finally get one on the board, but Cammy and Bance 0 and 3 apiece. They've had a nightmare over towards A. This time again, it's Atlanta Faze of the 2-2 split, but this time they've actually got bomb in the hands of Simp.
Ooh, Bance in trouble, has to back down. Uses the nade to try and slow down the process. But does that encourage Rokkr to maybe send more reinforcements over towards that B side? Snaky down the middle of the map, or at least trying to. We'll have to back on down due to presence over towards couches. Faze yet to decide what to do here.
They are desperately trying to pick a Rokkr player out. So far, I've found nothing. That bomb is rotating back towards A. The call has been made by Faze. Nabizi already taking bathroom control. Number one player here is going to be Afro.
You'll have heard this, surely. I'll have good eyes on where Abizi is. Pops the door open, checks the bomb. Abizi will go for the challenge. Afro can do very little about that. Push over towards the bedroom side. Abizi just going to linger in this position, make it hard for Rokkr to retake the most important part of this bomb site.
They've got to go against the Heady, they've got to go against Abizi, they've got to find their way through as well here. Bance is going to be on the flank, but he's already having his own fight against Slasher. Sim finds Bance as well, now Sim finds Cammy, and now it's just Fame left alone, and down he falls. Atlanta Faze, after trying to split the map, just end up getting all the kills again.
Great work from Faze, and it's just down to Abizi. That bomb goes down just due to the presence coming in from Faze. And Rokkr know that they can't check that from that spot necessarily. Afro opens the door to try and maybe get a quick kill onto that bomb planter, but Abizi is there to answer the call. And as soon as he finds that kill, it's so difficult then for Rokkr to push from that side. Horrible gunfight to have to take against anybody, really. When you're up against Abizi and Avaznev in his hands. It's not looking good. Phase 3-1 to the good here. Sim having a game at 6-2.
Okay, I think for
He's
first
going to
settle down.
himself. A little bit more aggressive from Faze this time.
Yeah, she's in
Sim
here.
just running through the middle of the map, takes down him as well. Abizi managed to get out of here before he drops. But a 3 versus 3 for these.
Abizi was about to
looking
bust
for
through
this
that
again
cat
for
door and
Rokkr.
decided otherwise. at the very
Shivering
last
in the
second.
shoes.
Oh, wow.
Away again, but this time
Selling
Fame will
just
take
got
down Selling.
lasered.
Flash is going to be here, and Fame will get him as
Ooh,
well.
and a double for
It's
Fame.
1 versus 3 for Abizi.
That's easy raids for Fame. Finding that first kill
Wow.
towards the mid-map is pretty much what
Fame is
solidifies the
beaming.
round. Gets himself into that position. Slasher readjusting over towards the glass side.
Actually,
Can do
no, he's
very
been
little
doing
about
alright.
that gunfight.
Except for that one incident
Fame
on
rips his head off.
LSU,
Nice and
right?
easy. Cammy.
Right.
Down the mid-map. Here's Abizi coming. Okay, very much in this, Bryce. Very much in it.
They are. But still, it still favours Atlanta Faze. They've been one of the most dominant S&D teams in recent memory. For Rokkr, they just need to make sure they don't make the mistakes. At the moment, Bance on a 0 and 5. He's been instrumental in this series so far, getting them to this point.
Go plant.
Guys are gonna get through Fame if they want to jump onto this bomb site.
I don't know.
In.
They be
Through
watching
glass
that shit
box as
too
well.
hard
Simple
from the
go
mid.
for the plant. The grenade is probably on its way. There it is.
What a nade.
Sit down, but you know what? Faze not in a terrible spot. Slasher will be calling this out as well. That's a lot of information gained for Slasher. This bomb may well go down now.
And they're readjusting here. They haven't gone for the plant quite yet. Slasher looking for this player, but the gun is going to be the way. Bance
I
will get off
love
the
when
donut.
they prone like
It's Abizi
right
selling
where
it for 2
the gun
versus
is
3,
on the
but
up
Abizi's
person
going to find that
screen.
kill and not get
Yeah.
traded onto
And you
Cammy.
can't see him because your own
Actually
gun.
looking for
You know
Selling
what I
it
mean?
1 versus 2,
Those
but
are
players
such
every
good
single angle.
spots,
Afro
man.
will get it. And that is a tie-up for Minnesota.
Nicely done. I think it's Fame, obviously, who finds that first kill to stop that bomb going down early. And then for all that I was saying, you know, Slasher has some good information, finds a player over towards that dual side. It's not the information that he needs in terms of that every single player from Minnesota Rokkr was hitting that flank. The bomb defuse will come through just a little bit late. Let those dead silences power up just that little bit more. 3-3. Not another one, Bryce, is it? Is this another 5-5 game 5? I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Don't jinx it.
No,
Relax.
we might as well get there now.
Relax. Everybody relax. We've still got a few rounds before. But it is tied up. And this is where it gets tense. Just 3 more rounds to win it all. And we'll see which team comes out on top. This time it will be Minnesota on the attack. Not looking towards an A push this time around. They've struggled there before.
Faze set up heavy towards bedroom side. Up around lower. A lot of players and teams seemingly setting up towards this capture side and then watching the cross. So a lot of bullets into Celium. Fame will be calling that out. That might encourage Rokkr to maybe push towards A or completely fake it. Fame making a lot of noise for one player. But there's the read. Abizi will find one. He'll see a lot over towards the restaurant side. So information gained for Faze. Can Abizi survive?
Rokkr in a little bit of trouble. They're a bit pinned in. Slasher managed to get one, but Fame will find Abizi. Do they rotate back over this? And Faze have called this as well. Celium will take down Fame. It's a 2 versus 3, and Rokkr are split.
Really tough spot now for Rokkr, but a good shot from Bans.
But they have to take
But
Celium.
there's no way he's ready for
Simple
step
trade.
here. Bomb now down.
Afro 1v2.
Rotating his way around, but this is just mission impossible. Can he manage it with 24 seconds?
No dead silence either, so they're going to hear him
We've seen
coming.
him do it before.
They'll take every single angle. It's a crossfire for them as well.
That just wasn't going to
Faze
happen.
set up and ready. Rokkr a little bit lost maybe in that round, but Faze going to the lead.
All right, Faze are up by 1, 4-3.
Well played from Faze.
Going into round 8.
And that kill sets himself up in that position. It's kind of that scenario of, at worst case scenario, if anybody is going to push over towards this side, Sim's in the position to deal with it. Faze back in the lead here. They'll still be expecting themselves to close out this series, but it's far from done.
Now Faze have an opportunity to put this to map point and series. As they go for their attack, it's a big hit coming in already. They're going aggressive in towards B. Sims has been stun checked over to Beezy. Will get his trade before anything comes through. And they are in trouble, but they will get a Beezy. It's a trade back to the 2 versus 2. Cammy and Fame left as they now backpedal and reset their battle line.
Celium trying to make a move with Deddy. Isn't going to be able to find it. Fame can answer. Now Slasher in the 1 versus 2. Does have the chance to get that bomb, but does he know it? 50 seconds remaining. Minnesota Rokkr very much putting all their eggs in the B basket here, expecting the push to come through, but Slasher's still so much work to do.
Slasher's entire clutch revolves around getting this bomb down in a position he can defend it.
Look at the bomb.
Here goes the dead silence. Scoops up the bomb. Does he go A or B? B is where the problems lie. There's 2 players from Rokkr sitting in here, ready for this bomb to go down, and Cammy
No
will
shot.
find it as well. It was a 50-50
Right,
coin
game.
flip. He had to
4-4.
go for the closer one, but Rokkr
It's
tied
gonna
up
come right
again.
down to it.
Unbelievable. This game is just ebbed and flowed in each different way. Search and destroy looking like Faze are going to walk away with it, but all of a sudden, it's 4-4. Hotel Search and Destroy brought up the goods last time. Are getting a lot closer. Get the button with the gong ready, boys. I think we're going that.
The button with the gong.
Well, there was a lot of words spoken there by Minnesota Rokkr in that round. Might have been a play call coming
We'll
through.
do that on round
It
11.
looks like mid-control is what they're aiming for here as well. Cammy being aggressive. Vaznev in hand. Already looking forward, looking for a Beezy, but it will be Fame who gets him in the end. Slasher now running a little bit scared. Rokkr have control.
And he just went for the couch's control, went for the player that could potentially be watching over towards A. They don't see anyone. So with all those fistfuls of confidence, just head over towards B. Slasher will back down. Nothing he can do about this. Except maybe catch a player who's maybe been a little bit overzealous. That bomb is now down. It'll have to be a hellish retake.
They shut the door on the grenade.
There they go. Wall bangs aplenty. Trying to figure out every single angle.
Oh, he's so close.
Anything more from Celium. Time still ticking down.
Oh, he had a foot.
As well. Celium just looking in the wrong directions. Cammy will find one. Gets that trade into Simba 2 versus 3. In comes a second.
No
Celium will
shot.
find one as well. And there'll be a push from Saffron. He finds 2. And Rokkr go ahead.
Rokkr
That was
1
the
round
play call.
away
Bands
from
furiously telling his
reverse
teammates
sweeping
just
Faze.
before we went into this round. And Rokkr have an opportunity to hit the
Oh my
reverse
God,
sweep.
this would
They
be
must
insane.
win one of the next 2 S&D rounds to do it.
Rokkr wins. We
To
can
do
double
it with a
baseball.
map 5 against
Double
Faze
baseball, indeed.
Maybe even
would
triple.
be something.
Maybe even a home run.
They're 1 round away. The hit is really based on what Cammy did. As said, he pushes over towards Coucher, sees nobody there. So where's the stack coming through? He could then just waltz through mid-map. His
Rokkr win, you gotta
teammate finds a
bet
kill
Zima.
behind him. Fame is sitting at 11 and 6 right now. Picking up the pieces. Rokkr now in a prime position. Or can Faze send us to a round 11?
Faze already going out here
Coming
again.
in, not finding any
And Faze
answers.
have split 2 and 2. Looking for it as well.
Now
Bans
they
gets
have
a
info
few onto
on
him as well. That
Sim.
nade does not go where Sim wants.
Wastes his stun
back down.
grenade.
They don't want part of that fight. They'd rather have the bodies. They're on defense. Just keep it alive and kicking. Faze yet to really put themselves in a good position. But speaking of good positions, Abizi has now found himself in one. Few Faze start to rotate this bomb over towards A. I don't think Afro was expecting Sim to be lingering around restaurant. For a matter of fact, I don't think Vance is either. Simp will get himself away. Go for the Rachel as well. It's just simply wonderful from Simp.
Switch by himself.
It's now
Yeah.
2 versus 4. Fame already taking shots today.
A
1
solo
versus
bait
4
and
for them as
switch.
well. We
Round
have
Round
gone
11 gong.
all the way. It is
Gong
another
Gong.
round 11 on map number 5.
Bong.
There it is.
Not even a regular gong, it's like a Mortal Kombat gong for some
Yeah.
reason.
Ready. Hovering. Doing. The power you wield. Last time it was
Alright.
a reverse sweep. It was Atlanta Faze that got reverse swept.
Everybody,
Alright,
one
Rokkr, come
last
on.
time.
Taking down a
Here
Pegger 4.
we go. It's Rokkr on the attack. It's a huge stack from Atlanta Faze to begin with. They've got bodies aplenty over towards A. They found nothing. They've seen nobody. And Rokkr don't know that they are uncontested.
That's the beauty of Codcaster. We know exactly what's going on. The teams haven't a
Oh,
clue.
here comes the rotation. You see Simp.
He's found himself, oh yeah, he's found himself in an advanced position now. And now he can set himself up, and that plays into the mind of Rokkr that we've lost it. How do we really regain control of this? You're gonna have to find some good gunfights.
Rokkr don't know where to go, and Simp will find the first blow on the bans. 13 and 6 for Simp. It could be the end for Rokkr.
Oh.
Coming through to Beezy.
Ooh.
Down he
Got
goes,
one.
2 versus
2 to
3.
3.
It's Cammy and Fame, and they are making moves for this one as well. Slash are going to be on Overwatch, and
Ooh,
Cammy will
no
gun
way.
here.
Oh, wow.
Down to a 2 versus 2. Simp, Celium, Cammy and Fame.
There's just no way that Cammy wins that gunfight. This is a retake now for Faze. Celium and Simp, can you get it done?
Wow.
Celium has found the first. Cammy, the 1 versus 2, has a dead silence. We'll be looking for everything. Slowly opens a door. None of these windows are broken though. Who doesn't want to risk it? There's another door locked in. He's going to see the first one. And
Faze.
he's taken down. Simple ending.
Wow, don't
And it's
give
over.
up the
2
reverse
2 versus
sweep.
2 falls. Not a kill for
Faze
Rokkr,
take our last game
but
of the
a
day.
win for Faze.
Barely.
And hearts break in Minnesota.
Hearts breaking all over Minnesota in the north. As
When you win by an inch or a mile, family.
Fame is heartbroken. All right. Any final thoughts as Faze beat Rokkr 3-2?
I hate you, Faze. I hate you, Faze. I hate you.
Because we hate Faze.
I hate you,
Thank you
Faze.
guys for tuning in to this episode of The Hard Carry. Tune in tomorrow for more CDL action.